G'day YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to today's voting video on YouTube. You never thought I was going to be doing some sort of gardening tour video and or whatnot. And the good news is that, guess what? Over the last course, we have seen a lot of nasturtiums blossoming, of course, and I'm about to pee into my backyard garden because, hey, why not? And I'll tell you what, there's all sorts of different stuff around here that I'd like to show you. Of course, we've got nasturtiums, which for some reason, this one there, it looks like it's sort of toppling downwards. I don't know why. Maybe I haven't watered that much. Maybe I might have overwatered this plant right here. Some nasty wasps are trying to bloody sting me. Oh man, I hate these little buggers, but they are very much pollinators, just like bees. We've got all kinds of nasturtiums here. Now, what's very interesting about this one right here is that it has decided to grow from this way right here. Instead of going up from the, well, let's just say from the height section of this plant, what I've noticed is that nasturtiums often tend to grow by width versus by height. And as you can see, we have got leaves, we have also got buds, which will hopefully later turn into blossoms. I'm sure about that. And what's very strange is, guess what's decided to turn up into my backyard garden? There is a rat that has decided to venture into my backyard garden and eat some of the food that has been left over. I don't think you can see the rat, but I did see a bit of movement coming around here. Anyways, apart from the rats, there's also been a lot of birds somehow. But anyways, apart from all of these animals trying to pop into my backyard garden, we've got all kinds of different flowers here. So yes, we've got nasturtiums. And then we've also got coreopsis. Now, of course, yes, I would have loved to sow more coreopsis, but I think I should probably leave it for next year, eh? And apart from what I've just noticed, there's all sorts of different things that you may or may have never ever seen before. There's more zinnia, and what's interesting is I've actually transplanted a sunflower seedling because, hey, why the hell would I not even think about transplanting a sunflower seedling into its pot? Strangely enough, it actually looks fairly good. But what's even more surprising is that look at the nasturtiums. They've actually been performing relatively well in terms of the way they're blossoming. But for what I can realise, this one here, I think this one's okay. But I think it looks like it's drooping a bit of petal action. I don't know if they're attracting so many bees or wasps. I do know that these flowers are actually very edible. Pretty sure they are. And what's even more interesting is, hey, if I go up towards the other one, this one is not doing any blossoming. But from what I can work out, hey, look at that. We've actually got another nasturtium flower. This one's got like 2 flowers, as you can see here. I don't know how good or bad those flowers are. They actually are starting to think of that way. We've also got another nasturtium right here. Strange enough, we're seeing lots and lots of good nasturtiums, and I can actually see the rat poking out with its head. Oh, I just saw a bit of movement. Strange enough, where's the little freak? Strange enough, did you see a bit of movement? That was a little rat. My God, that was a little bloody rat, for crying out loud. Apart from the rat, we can also see more nasturtiums. There's 2 of them right here. So, of course, we've got another flower right there. And there's another flower like that tucked in the back. And although I'm starting to see lots of dense, tangled sort of vegetation that's actually straightforward within the nasturtium, I'm going to corner around. And the rat is gone, of course, somehow. It must have just fled out and escaped. My crikeys, I can see all sorts of different leaves poking out, and you can see there's just, oh my goodness me, look at the nasturtium. It is a voracious and vast grower. And what's even more interesting is, hey, guess what? There's another nasturtium that has also decided to prepare its blossoming phase. Now, that is amazing. So we've got more flowers coming out along the way here. Amazingly, we've got, well, I can see red and orange, possibly scarlet looking flowers. And this one here looks very unusual for the fact that this one's got like a yellowy, orangey sort of flower type thing. You can deadhead the flowers to prolong periods of flowering. And what the hell is this seedling right there? But anyways, we can also see lots of zinnia seedlings. Now, the zinnias have been the most grown plant so far, and that's because I had so many failed attempts to grow zinnias. But on the upper hand, we can see some very good success, some very good proven success with the zinnias at the moment here. And I need to get rid of the, oh my god, there's a lot of dirt and dust. Oh my god, a lot of soil and that sort of stuff. It can get annoying somehow when I've got like soil right over my feet. Even from the back of it, it's just embarrassing. But anyways, we've got more nasturtium seedlings. Very small ones, very tiny ones. I don't know if they're going to get any flowers this year. And there's a rat again. How the hell is that rat straightforward evacuating? Like, how the hell am I seeing rat movements right over my backyard garden? Now, this is just wild. Seeing that somehow. I could try and refill some more bird food along the way here. Don't know if I'm going to find a way to deter the rats and things. Gonna carry on around here. There's more nasturtium activity going around there. Oops, sorry about the brightness. More zinnias. Okay, and god, the rat is still in the video. No kidding. It's just, oh my goodness, it's just clinging on the back. That there, I believe, oh my god. I can see a bit of eerie movement. That's a bit of vegetation. That movement is from the rat. I can definitely see what's going on here. Bloody hell. It's just like Ratatouille 2.0, where Remy decides to go ahead and find some of my parsley and my bloody onions. Of course, I didn't nick off, well, the rat didn't nick off my onions, but obviously I was the one who nicked off the onions, because, strangely enough, and yeah, I can definitely see a bit of track for movement going on here from the rat. Crazy to know about that without even a cat. Sorry for the rhyming, eh? So, of course, we've got more nasturtium seedlings right there. Not sure if the rat is going to pop out later on in this video. And then there's more. There's a big nasturtium right here, of course. This is probably pretty much, funnily enough, the biggest one I've planted. Strange enough, it's not doing any blossoming, as I can work out. And the rat is still... What is going on with this rat? I'm getting distracted by that rat, you know. Straightforward scene as part of the video. But we've actually got more nasturtium seedlings. That one there's doing okay, but I don't think it's going to straightforward be that great comparing to the other big nasturtiums that you can see. I don't know if they're going to attract bees or any other insects. Anyways, let me just traverse along the way here. So we've got more small flowers around here. And then we've also got this very strange looking big plant weed thing that has actually conquered its way and has basically towered with lots of like pink flowers. I don't know if it's going to be a good thing or a bad thing. Who knows? I might as well straightforward cut it down by autumn time, because hey, when winter comes, hey, it will be a totally different story. And look at those damn plant pots. They're everywhere. Anyways, let me just traverse a bit and see what we've got. I've actually... Yeah, as a bit of proof to you, I've actually been straightforward planting so many new zinnia seeds because it's gone a bit cooler. And what's been very saddening is that I've actually noticed there's a lot of those other plants here that are kind of related to the field mustard. Those ones, they looks like, I think these ones have just sunk. So I basically refilled the vase with much cleaner and fresher water so that these plants can bloom while their demise is on the cards. Because I think I might have been overwatering like hell, as stupid as this sounds. There's so many zinnias and there's so many sunflower seedlings. I think they're doing okay on that flower bed, but what's very interesting is, if I go up towards that section there, I can see more zinnia seedling actions. And look at that, this thing has grown very nicely and so tall. That's beautiful to see. I don't know if there's any like... Yeah, there's a bit of leaf disease going on here, but that's alright. But what's interesting is that, hey, although the second one is broken, this one here looks actually fairly great in condition. Although I'm starting to see a little bit of fungal disease from the leaves, but that's alright. Strange enough, I wonder where's that bloody rat. Can I see him? I can't really tell. There's a field mustard right there. And strange enough, the rat has escaped. Blooming hell. At least it didn't go through anywhere else. I can see some wheat right there. And what is that? is that another flower activity? I'm not sure if that could be like marigold or another type of flower that I'm not really aware of. And then we've also got some wild cabbage right here. And there's also an orange flower that I've actually forgotten the name of, but I'm pretty sure I bought it from, was it Waitrose? Sorry, why am I getting dyslexia? God damn it. I feel like, pretty sure it's from Waitrose. Who knows? Because them orange flowers are sort of talking to me very beautifully. And then we've also got some wild cabbage. And then we've also got some roses here. And then there's also other white flowers around here, which look more related to potatoes than it is to roses. The roses I'm referring to are these ones. But the ones I was actually referring to are those ones there. They don't look like roses. They look like a totally different flower. How weird is that? Parsley is doing okay. I did harvest the parsley because of the hot weather from like last week. I hope it's going to come back from sometime next week, the latter part of next week. Strange enough. The rest of the whole meadow, it's actually doing fairly fantastic. The pink flowers are doing right. The rest of the other tall plants, like the field mustards, unfortunately, they haven't been doing so great because I might have overwatered them. Buttercups, they're doing alright. Although some of them look like they're straight for fading away. But that's it, really. But there's actually one more thing that I've encountered, and that is one of the Cosmos seedlings. There's actually some good news surrounding one of the Cosmos seedlings that I've just planted. Although I planted them back in April, it's been 2 months. And I tell you what, one thing I've just noticed? Guess what? Look what's happening. Look what's actually happening right here. Even though I'm whispering. We have actually got some very good news. Let me just corner around to see what the Cosmos has been up to. Because, hey, even though it's been taken for at least 2 months for the whole damn thing to grow really nicely, it's actually got a little flowering head, bud that might straightforward blossom from like the next month or so. Yay! So hopefully we might be able to see some flowering activity next month for the Cosmoses, as long as I'm straightforward looking after them properly. And that's a very nice sign to see. Oh well, who knows? I don't know how much gardening stuff I can just talk about, but I've actually got one more thing. In fact, a few other things that I'm going to talk about in this random video. Actually, you know what? I'm actually going to straightforward wash my feet here, because I tell you what, it's sort of embarrassing, but hey, I'm washing my feet because, hey, I've got dirt right over my goddamn feet. Oh man, this is going to get embarrassing. Oh man, don't worry about the eczema that I've got in my foot skin. Oh my gosh. Oh man, this is just weird. I might as well put the camera tablet thing like that. Oh crikey, why am I just shooting in footage, out of footage, and I'm just washing my feet? That's just ridiculous. Man, tell you what, this is just gonna be weird, eh? Other side, of course. Let me just grab my tablet without getting my... Oh man, this is just weird. Oh dear, what am I doing, eh? Okay, I've just washed my feet, but did we really need that? But anyways, more stuff to cover. I forgot about those purple lavender looking flowers, whatever they're called here, eh? And the radish. Unfortunately, they've all died out and dried because of the heat. But anyways, I'm going to straightforward talk about what else is happening. It's quite weird when I'm actually this weird talking silhouette, but don't be jump scared, because the person right here is of course me. And strange enough, I got the light turned on, and strange enough, there's actually quite a few random things I'm going to straightforward speak about. Now, of course, yes, as I did say before, I am straightforward thinking about limiting the number of videos that I've uploaded on YouTube. But I just thought, I might as well just continue uploading as many videos as I can. It's quite weird because I've got so much content that has been straightforward. I don't know what to really say, but I've been pumping up so much content on my YouTube channel, and that's like really crazy. But there's also another thing, and let me just straightforward tell you something of what's going on here. Oh man, I feel like I've just conquered the 1,410 video mark, and that was an amazing goal to really achieve. But what has been happening so far, and because we've just straightforward came out from a very long and disgusting pandemic that we had so far back in 2020, I've actually came across this old Birmingham Memories book. Now, do you know where I actually got this book from? I've actually got a new library card, and strangely enough, when I went to the Library of Birmingham, I was at first very skeptical, and apparently I've actually got a card. And I might also talk about this Pokemon wallet maybe in another video's time, but I've actually got this there. I don't know what to really say. I'm not going to show the other side here because obviously I can't show my name here. But this is the card that I've got recently. Now, what's very important about this card is something that I'm going to feature on my YouTube channel right now. Ever since 2018, I've actually abandoned going up straight towards the Birmingham Library, or should I just say the Library of Birmingham, because the Grand Central Library of Birmingham has been demolished in 2012, I guess. But, yeah, the Library of Birmingham, an amazing place I went into. Strangely enough, that's the place of where I actually went to get that new library card, and I was actually really scared and really nervous to really think about getting a new library card just because there is a complete limitation about how many books you can get. That's about 20. I'm not about the books, but what I'm really scared of at the most point is definitely the whole thing about returning and borrowing books. Once over 20 days, over 28 days, you can't straightforward borrow any books. In fact, your account will be terminated or blocked unless if you have the amount. Well, you're going to get fined, okay? They're going to charge you, which is one of the weird and one of the saddest things about the libraries of Birmingham. But nevertheless, as a person, I don't often go to libraries that much. But hey, I can just straightforward borrow books and just read them only for a brief amount of time. And then, hey, you know what? Because I think, who knows, maybe the internet is dying. Maybe libraries are dying because of AI. I feel like, who knows, libraries are going to be a thing of the past because, hey, all we're seeing now is artificial intelligence, chat GPT and that sort of BS taking over knowledge about this. I might talk about this book in another video, but I just thought, hey, you know what, I think I'm done with my YouTube channel, and it's basically a very good time to move out from my YouTube channel and do something else, because I do know that my YouTube channel has seen far much better days and needs a lot more time to get itself sorted before I can straightforward make proper videos again on YouTube. But right now, I'm on a complete spree of uploading more videos on YouTube, especially toy reviews. But strange enough, yeah, let me just take a look at the back. Strange enough, I'll straightforward get this thing back up towards the 21st of July, which hopefully I should get it earlier than the 21st of July, because I don't want to straightforward leave it up until the 21st of July because I don't want to get fined or I don't want to get into any trouble. And of course, yes, that's the problem. As a person who comes into the Library of Birmingham since 2013, and I'm pretty sure it was 2013 because the library was actually built. Yeah, I don't know how much copyright BS am I going to show you. That's pretty much to do with the Birmingham Central Library, and it actually talks about the date for return. Honestly, I'll be straightforward, and look at that. They just write down when you're going to return that book to the Library of Birmingham. It's a fairly nice book, but I'm not going to show you. I might straightforward cover it in another video on YouTube. A very dedicated video on YouTube about this book, because quite often when you borrow books, usually you start it with 2. But I'm not sure if you can borrow up to like 20 books, I think you can borrow up to about 2. I think I might as well stick to 2 at that time, because I feel like I don't have that many bags and other whatnot. And I also heard that you can also get ebooks and CDs and other whatnot, but I think these things are more expensive. They often charge you a lot, which is one of the most troublesome things. But hey, that is it. The Library of Birmingham. I won't go too much further detail than that, but if you really enjoyed in this backyard garden tour of all things, and also as a bit of a sneak peek of what I might be able to do away from my YouTube channel, and also talking about my Library of Birmingham stuff, because hey, it's something I didn't want to think about, but because I'm straightforward old enough, I'll straightforward get into it. So if you really enjoyed this video, please give this video a very good like, subscribe more for that videos in the future, and as always, cough cough, Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye for now. And as crazy as this sounds, I nearly reached the 20-minute mark.